Welcome back. Today we will learn about the explosive love triangle that's about to rock Salem to its very core as Philip Kiriakis finds himself tangled between two stunning women in a web of passion, deception, and dangerous desires that could destroy everything he's worked for. The morning after, Philip's shocking awakening. The latest weekly DOOL promo delivers a jaw-dropping revelation as Philip Kiriakis stirs from what appears to be the most consequential night of his life, finding himself entangled in silk sheets beside the breathtaking Gabi Hernandez. The morning light streaming through the luxurious bedroom windows illuminates not just their naked forms, but the magnitude of what has transpired between these two complex characters. Philip's expression reveals a mixture of satisfaction and trepidation as he realizes the Pandora's box he may have just opened with this passionate encounter. Gabi's perfectly tousled hair cascades across the expensive pillows as she awakens with a mysterious smile playing across her lips, clearly savoring the intimate moment while simultaneously calculating her next strategic move. The chemistry between them is undeniable, crackling with an intensity that speaks to months of building tension and unspoken desires finally reaching their explosive climax. Confessions and complications, Gabi's strategic uncertainties. Later that same morning, in a scene that promises to be filled with dramatic tension and sisterly bonding, Gabi seeks out her confidant Javi Hernandez for what becomes a deeply revealing conversation about her complicated feelings regarding the powerful Kiriakis dynasty. With her usual combination of vulnerability and cunning, Gabi admits to Javi that she finds herself genuinely uncertain about how to navigate the treacherous waters of her relationships with the Kiriakis brothers. This confession carries enormous weight, as it suggests that Gabi's carefully constructed plans may be unraveling in the face of genuine emotions she never anticipated experiencing. Javi, ever the protective brother figure, listens intently as Gabi reveals the depth of her confusion about whether her feelings for Philip are purely strategic or if something deeper and more dangerous has begun to take root in her heart. The conversation takes place in the intimate setting of Javi's apartment, where the warm lighting and comfortable surroundings provide a stark contrast to the emotional turmoil brewing within Gabi's conflicted soul. Her admission reveals not just uncertainty about the brothers themselves, but about her own motivations and desires in this increasingly complex game of hearts and minds. A dangerous diversion, Philip and Belle's forbidden day. Meanwhile, in a development that promises to complicate matters exponentially, Day's spoilers reveal that Philip will find himself drawn back into the orbit of his former flame, the captivating Belle Black, as they embark on what can only be described as a dangerously romantic day off together. The timing of this reunion couldn't be more precarious, coming so soon after his passionate night with Gabi and setting the stage for an emotional collision that could devastate multiple lives. Philip and Belle's decision to skip their respective responsibilities for a day of spontaneous adventure carries with it all the hallmarks of a soap opera romance rekindling at the worst possible moment. The afternoon unfolds like a romantic montage, with the former lovers rediscovering the spark that once made them one of Salem's most beloved couples. Their playful banter and lingering glances suggest that old flames burn brightest when circumstances make them most forbidden. The episode promises viewers a series of intimate moments as Philip and Belle find themselves alone together, away from the prying eyes and complicated politics of Salem society. Whether they're sharing a quiet lunch at a secluded cafe or taking a romantic stroll through Salem's most picturesque locations, every moment between them builds toward what could be either a beautiful reunion or a catastrophic mistake that destroys multiple relationships. The art of seduction, Gabi's calculated intimacy. Other explosive days spoilers indicate that Gabi Hernandez will masterfully blend her undercover mission with pure physical pleasure as she continues to weave her web of seduction around the unsuspecting Philip Kiriakis. What makes this storyline particularly compelling is how Gabi manages to maintain her focus on her ultimate objectives while genuinely enjoying the passionate encounters that have become central to her strategy. The scenes between Gabi and Philip promise to be some of the steamiest in recent DOOL history, as the actress Sherry Jimenez and her co-star Jean-Paul Lavoisier bring an undeniable chemistry to their characters' complex relationship. Gabi's ability to compartmentalize her emotions while pursuing her goals showcases the character's evolution into one of Salem's most formidable players in the game of love and power. However, the spoilers suggest that Gabi's plan may be more complicated than she initially anticipated, as her physical connection with Philip begins to awaken feelings she thought she had firmly under control. The question becomes whether Gabi can maintain her emotional distance while continuing to use intimacy as a weapon in her larger war against the Kiriakis empire. Reconnection and romance, Philip's divided heart. Despite his growing entanglement with Gabi, Philip will also carve out precious time to reconnect with Belle Black, leading to what promises to be a day filled with nostalgic romance and rekindled passion. Their decision to skip work together carries an almost rebellious quality, as if they're teenagers again, stealing moments away from the adult responsibilities and complicated relationships that have kept them apart for so long. The chemistry between Philip and Belle has always been electric, and their reunion promises to remind viewers why these two characters were once considered Salem's golden couple. Their shared history provides a foundation of trust and understanding that stands in stark contrast to the strategic maneuvering that characterizes Philip's relationship with Gabi. As they spend their stolen day together, Philip and Belle will find themselves confronting not only their feelings for each other but also the reasons why their relationship ended in the first place. The spoilers suggest that this reconnection could lead to far more than just a friendly afternoon, potentially reigniting a romance that could complicate Philip's life in ways he never imagined. Strategic calculations, Gabi's brother dilemma. Returning to the heart of the conflict, day's spoilers reveal that Gabi will find herself facing a crucial strategic decision as she attempts to determine which Kiriakis brother represents her best path to achieving her ultimate goals. This choice carries implications that extend far beyond personal relationships, potentially affecting the balance of power in Salem's most influential families. Gabi's analytical nature comes to the forefront as she weighs the advantages and disadvantages of pursuing each brother. Her assessment of Xander Kiriakis reveals that despite her best efforts, she has been unable to make the significant progress with him that her mission requires. Paul Telfer's portrayal of Xander has shown the character to be more perceptive and resistant to manipulation than Gabi initially calculated. This realization forces Gabi to refocus her considerable talents and attention on Philip, a decision that promises to intensify their already complicated relationship. The spoilers suggest that this strategic pivot will lead to even more intimate encounters between Gabi and Philip, as she doubles down on the seduction that has already proven so effective. Office politics and passion, workplace temptations. The drama extends beyond bedrooms and romantic hideaways as day's spoilers indicate that Gabi will bring her seductive campaign directly into the professional sphere, having fun at the office with Philip in ways that blur the lines between business and pleasure. These workplace encounters promise to add another layer of risk and excitement to their already dangerous liaison. The office setting provides a perfect backdrop for the kind of forbidden romance that soap opera fans crave, with the constant threat of discovery adding tension to every stolen kiss and intimate conversation. Gabi's ability to maintain her professional facade while pursuing her personal agenda showcases the character's remarkable skills in compartmentalization and strategic thinking. These office encounters could prove to be the most dangerous aspect of Gabi's plan, as the workplace environment increases the likelihood that their relationship will be discovered by colleagues, rivals, or family members who could use this information to devastating effect. The spoilers suggest that Gabi's growing excitement about continuing to dig in indicates that she may be losing some of her characteristic caution in favor of pursuing the thrill of the chase. The DiMera complication, Tony's expectations. However, the most intriguing question raised by these developing storylines concerns how Gabi's increasingly personal involvement with Philip might affect her professional obligations to Tony DiMera and the broader goals of their conspiracy. Theo Penglis's portrayal of Tony D. Mera has established the character as someone who expects results and has little patience for operatives who allow personal feelings to interfere with business objectives. The tension between Gabi's growing feelings for Philip and her duty to Tony creates a compelling internal conflict that could drive future storylines in unexpected directions. If Tony begins to suspect that Gabi's loyalties are divided, it could lead to consequences that extend far beyond romantic disappointment, potentially putting Gabi's safety and future in Salem at risk. The spoilers hint that this conflict between personal desires and professional obligations will become increasingly important as Gabi finds herself genuinely torn between her mission and her heart. The question of whether she can successfully compartmentalize these competing interests, or whether she will ultimately be forced to choose between them, promises to provide compelling drama for weeks to come. Salem's brewing storm, what lies ahead? As if these romantic complications weren't sufficient to keep Salem residents on edge, Days of Our Lives spoilers promise that the next 2 weeks will unleash a tsunami of surprises that will affect virtually every corner of the community. The ripple effects of Philip's divided affections and Gabi's complicated loyalties are just the beginning of what promises to be a period of unprecedented chaos and revelation. The brewing storm suggests that the consequences of these romantic entanglements will extend far beyond the immediate participants, potentially affecting long-standing alliances, family relationships, and business partnerships throughout Salem. As secrets are revealed and loyalties are tested, viewers can expect to see their favorite characters pushed to their limits and forced to make choices that will define their futures. The promise of chaos brewing throughout Salem creates an atmosphere of anticipation and uncertainty that is quintessentially Days of Our Lives, reminding viewers why this beloved soap opera has maintained its devoted following for decades. With love triangles, corporate intrigue, and family drama all converging in a perfect storm of entertainment, the coming weeks promise to deliver the kind of compelling storytelling that keeps fans coming back for more. The stage is set for an explosive confrontation of hearts, minds, and loyalties that will leave no one in Salem unchanged. Will Philip choose the familiar comfort of his past with Belle, or the dangerous excitement of his future with Gabi? And can Gabi maintain her delicate balance between duty and desire, or will her growing feelings for Philip ultimately destroy everything she's worked to achieve? Stay tuned to find out how this captivating love triangle will reshape the landscape of Salem forever.